What up, peeps? Welcome to the Kisscapades podcast. I'm your host, John Telewa, aka the Kiss Bandit. And in this show, we explore the key elements that shape our fulfilling existence, from health and well-being to financial success, meaningful relationships, and the pursuit of happiness. We cover it all. Our guests include experts, professionals, and everyday individuals who have remarkable stories to tell. Tune in to learn practical tips, gain valuable insights, and discover strategies for personal growth and transformation. Whether you're seeking to improve your health, build your wealth, enhance relationships, or find lasting happiness, we got you covered. Welcome to today's episode. What do you think of that intro?
Oh, it's nice. Unajua kwanza the music. I'm over here vibing.
You know who made this intro for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know Junior Nyong'o?
No.
Lupita's bro.
Oh, I've never met him.
No, but you know he plays like the sax and everything. I hosted him on the podcast, and then he was like, "Yo, do you need an intro?" I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know who to." And then he was like, "Yo, I'll just play the sax and just send you something 24/7." After just 24 hours, he sent me something. I was like, "Oh, man, listen,
What's up?
it's proper and it's just been working out. Everyone loves it."
It is. It's actually really dope, by the way.
Thank you. So now, just introduce yourself, because you know me, I can just start going to the conversation and forget that you haven't even introduced yourself. So tell the people your name, what you do, and then we can just start rolling.
So my name is Ken Kariuki. I am a mental health advocate. I started a mental health awareness brand called Suicide Attempt. Some merch and things like that with the brand on it. The whole purpose of the brand is to raise awareness for domestic violence, sexual violence, and suicide, and all things mental health. And so, yeah, that's what I do. And just try my best to help people who are going through things.
So what made you get into that journey? Because, I think when you see people in such lanes, they have a personal connection or something pushed them to that. Because, there could be so many other things that, you would pick, and people are saying fun things. But, when you start talking about like mental health and even like just the name said you're the founder of Suicide Attempt. Because even for me, I was like, that is so strong. And I mean, I'm not sure.
That's exactly why I chose it.
I was like, Suicide Attempt. So just give us maybe like a backstory, or maybe what just made you get into like that lane, or just that code.
Let me tell you a story. So 6 years ago, not 6, 7 years ago now. 7 years ago, I had started going through things. Let me start from the beginning. I've never been able to deal with my issues. I'm the type of person who used to bury them and keep them within me, never talk about it, never do anything. Just do my very best to just avoid whatever it is that I was going through. And then it hit a point where things were now piling up, and it felt like I was going to, kind of like explode or whatever. So 7 years ago, things kind of just came to our head. On top of everything that was going on, went through a breakup, and that was just like the thing that a trigger of whatever. And I fell into some horrible depression and anxiety. And so for the next few months, I was on anti-anxiety medication, antidepressants, and going through that process, that allowed me to heal, to feel what I needed to feel.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's this misconception that antidepressants and anti-anxiety numb you. They don't numb you. Your emotions are on hyperdrive. They just bring you back down to a normal level, to a point where now you can process those emotions.
Yeah.
So that medication gave me the time to process what it is that I needed to process. And by the time I was done with the medication, I was in a much better state of mind. And so I decided, you know what, let me just... the worst part of it was feeling alone. Like feeling like the world is against you, feeling like nobody understands. luckily for me, I have family that is very supportive, very, very supportive. Just told them I needed help and they got me the help that I needed. Very non-judgmental. And so when I got to a better place, having changed, having healed my inner wounds, the things that I was keeping inside and all those things, getting help, going to therapy and things like that, I decided there's so many other people who are going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So many other people that are going through the same thing. And if I felt alone, I know they feel alone.
Yeah.
And so ever since then, my mission, as I've had friends and family call it my purpose in life, which I'm very lucky to have found, is to help people. And the whole mission of Suicide Attempt, the reason I chose the name is because we don't talk about mental health.
Yeah.
Really don't talk about mental health. So the reason I chose it is because it's confronting. It's
Yeah.
very confronting.
But it's confronting, but is it something that, because I have to ask, is it something you've attempted?
It is something that I've attempted. So they started with the anxiety, started with the depression, and then now suicidal thoughts, and you're inundated with thoughts of ending your life, and I've attempted it multiple times, and there's one in particular. I think the last one was I taken muscle relaxants, and I took them, whole bunch of them, went to sleep. I was like, I'm just going to go to sleep, not going to wake up. 5 minutes after I take it, I'm going to sleep. I'm like, I'm good. Now I've funicate myself with a blanket tea.
Yeah.
I'm ready to now just be done. A jolt. I can only describe this as a jolt. Just shot me out of nowhere. Ran to the toilet and just 2 fingers down the back of the throat, threw them all out. It's like, to me, that was like God saying, your time is not now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I chose it because, one, I know what it's like to want to end your life. I know what it's like to try to end your life.
Yeah.
But there's a whole other side to it. You know,
Yeah.
there's like, once you get through this, once you get to the other side, you'll be surprised at how strong you become. And I'm very grateful for the things that I went through, because it turned me into the person that I am. There was also self-harm and things like that. So it started out with, remember in high school, them geometrical sets with the two compass and everything. So it started with that.
That early?
That early. Even in primary, because we started using geometrical sets when? Class 6?
I think I just remember primary. I just remember I hated them because of math.
Yes.
But even funnily, because I'll let you get back to that, and guys, don't start saying that I'm interrupting my guests, because we're getting back to his story. I remember I used to play with a compass, but just, like scratching myself, like writing names and stuff, but not those ones of like, because all these nene is like, is it 3 or 4 lines? Those are things that I used to see in movies.
Yeah.
And music videos. And I never really, like even now, processing when somebody tells me something like, they've attempted suicide or they've had suicidal thoughts and they're going through like a mental thing. And I think that's why I'm always bringing it up on the podcast. It's like, I don't understand it completely because, and I was telling my guest, one, because she said she had attempted like suicide like 4 times. And then me, I was like, the only thing with me is like, yes, I've been stressed, pushed to the corner, but then I was like, I can't leave all these women, man. I can't leave this money. I love eating food. And then she started laughing, but then I was just telling her like, look, legit, I'm just telling you, like, yes, let's say maybe I'm stressed out. And I'd be like, but my mom is here, my sister, my bro. So many things.
You have a lot to live for.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because okay, I'm at least like now fortunate where financially, like I've balanced my investments and stuff. I still don't have to go to an 8 to 5, but I can only imagine if like you're that stressed, you still have to check in like your 8 to 5, your boss here is there or like on your neck, and maybe your friends are not like the best or family is not there to support you, to tell you, because my mom would just like send me a message like, God bless you. May God keep just adding more like finances and into your, like, hey, man, it makes me feel good,
everything.
Like that, just a message like that. I'm just like, what, me? I'm focused, like, I want to send her gifts. So if I'm not here, I'm always thinking like, I get the people that I really love, and I know they really love me. I would really, really hurt them if like I did something like that. So it has never like, I'd be so fucking stressed by but it's never crossed my mind to actually
do it.
Yeah. So when somebody tells me like they actually attempted, or that's something that they had actually decided to do, I'm like, okay, it must be like, you must be in a really, really dark place.
It's a pit.
Yeah.
It's genuinely a pit that you find yourself in. And then now you have to do the work. You can literally feel defeated, and it will take you to save yourself. No one else can save you. Genuinely, no one else can save you. You have to save yourself.
You have to make that.
You have to make that decision to, I want to live. I want to get the help that I obviously need.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So, yeah, it started for me with those compasses, like stabbing or whatever. And like a bleed or whatever. And then when that stopped being effective as I would have liked, then I graduated to cutting. So
blades.
Blades. You can still see my scars. Even today, you can still see my scars.
Yeah, so many, man, like
They are. Hey, fam, there's a lot. And then when that stopped being effective, I then graduated into burning. Branding. So like, the way they do to cattle, they put like a kachuma in fire, and then they brand their cattle. So then I would do that to myself. The scars I have is
self-inflicted.
Self-inflicted wounds, very self-destructive.
So the pain makes you feel better, because and listen, I'm just trying to understand, because remember, even like my previous guest there, I was telling you, like, Joanne was describing, like, I just love pain. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, if you just pinch me already, like, I'm out of it. So you're talking about blades, branding, all those things. But what does pain do for you? Even if it's not, because I'm guessing that's not the part, when you're inflicting like just wounds on yourself, you just want to feel pain. But it's not necessarily like you're trying to end it. Or,
no.
Yeah, it's just the pain.
The pain, it's much easier for people to deal with physical pain than it is to do with emotional pain. Much easier to deal with physical pain than it is to deal with emotional pain.
True.
So then for me, burning was to distract from the emotional pain. Because if I can if I can control the outside pain, then I can forget about the inside pain or whatever. But that's not just on like the surface. On the other side of it, I used to brand to keep it was like a lock, to keep all those things inside. Like imagine a cage, and behind that cage is now everything that's there. So branding to me was like a key.
Yeah.
For that cage to keep everything at bay or whatever. And it was very self-destructive, honestly. But I got to a much, much better place. I'm so grateful. I'm never ashamed of the things that I went through, the scars that I have. I'm not ashamed of them. I wear them like a badge of honor. Because if I didn't go through them, I wouldn't be the man that I am today.
Yeah.
And they remind me of how far I've come. When I look at my scars, I'm like, that's where you are.
Yeah.
This is where you are today. So.
Okay. And just, okay, because I'm guessing, of course, even the way you're saying it, and that's why I'm telling you, it sounds so wild, because you're moving from one gadget and then you're saying, like, I graduated
Weapon
to this.
of choice.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a video game. You're like, okay, now this is not efficient.
Effective anymore.
Let's move to this. But, okay, what really helped you to just process and, like, even now to just be in a comfortable space to say, like, I'm feeling much better? Because yes, we are talking about, like, you've said, like, the antidepressants, because even like I had a friend who I thought she was just okay by the, and then she told me, by the, you don't judge me, by the, I've been in antidepressants for, like, she said, like 6 months or something. I was like, that makes no sense.
And you didn't.
Because I was like, yes, with joke here and there, and she was always like the most bubbly person. Anytime I talk to her, in fact, I think I need to call her by the for a podcast, because I used to talk to her, but we just like parted ways, like those ones of like everyone, just business and everything. And then just out of the blues, she called me and then she was like, yo, I've just had like the worst 6 months. I'm on antidepressants and stuff. And I was like, but yo, why didn't you even tell me or just reach out to me and tell me like, hey, by the, because at the time I was like just in a happy space. Those 6 months were like the most exciting 6 months for me. And I'm like, yo, but you know, I'm just a friend. Why wouldn't you call me if you want to come and hang out and stuff? Because at times I think that can help. I'm not an expert, but maybe if you have someone you know you can laugh with, like if it's grabbing a drink, but catching up. But I'm just like, I was like, I feel so bad because how can I be your friend, yet you can't even make that phone call to me? Because
it's shame. You don't want people to judge you. You don't want people to think that you're weak. You want to keep those things to yourself. Because the thing is, okay, wait, I've even forgot to state this in the beginning. Disclaimer. I am not a mental health professional in any way, shape, or form. I am an advocate, activist, whatever it is that you want to call it. I only ever speak of my own experience and the research that I have done. Okay? I don't want professionals coming for me. You know, that's not how that works.
yeah, no, but
I know.
But even a profession, they can't match personal experience.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about your experience what's helped you too. But, you know, go on.
Yeah, and the journey. And so, like, I speak about it to, if you're going through something, if you can relate to it, good.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to feel alone. That's it. But back to what you were saying, shame. You don't want people to judge you. As stigmatized as mental health is, you don't want people judging you. And you had asked, how did I get to the place where I am now?
Yeah.
Healing. Healing is probably one of the worst things you will go through, because you're healing your inner traumas. You're healing the traumas that you had in your childhood and things like that. You're healing your wounds and all of that. And it's scary and probably one of the most difficult times that I've had to go through. And I went through that for now like 6 years. 6 years I went through it, healing myself, healing my inner wounds, whatever. And then with that comes now clarity on some things. Like, I don't care about being judged. If you want to judge me, then judge me.
Yeah.
Choice is yours. It is your prerogative. So, like, when it comes to other people, like your friend, shame. She doesn't want you to think that she might be weak. And I'm only guessing here, again, based off of my own experience.
Yeah.
Shame. You just don't want people to judge you.
Because she was always like, you know, they're strong and independent. That was her. So I think even when now you're saying that, actually it makes more sense now. Because she was always like, you know, me, I'm doing everything on my own. She's handling business, personal stuff. She's like, yo, me, I'm, you know.
You're strong. You're on your own. You're doing things on your own, and you're surviving. And now everyone has that mentality of you. And so now if you're going through things, you feel, I can't talk to these people because then these people are going to judge.
That's unfortunate, true.
It is. And it doesn't really make sense, kind of.
Yeah.
When you know your friends are your friends. I get it if it's just strangers or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you know your friend is your friend, then it doesn't really make any logical sense. But in the moment, that's how you're feeling. And all you can ever do is when somebody comes to you and it is like, yo, I'm going through this. Because with the whole stigmatization thing, people will be like, oh, no, that's the devil. Oh, no, you just go sleep. Oh, no, you just need to go pray. Oh, no, you need to do this.
I used to be those people, but nowadays, you know, and that's the craziest part because so many people come and then they talk about it and then I'm like, fuck, by the way. Because I remember I was just like the person who's always telling people, just man up by the way. What do you mean?
I hate that phrase.
But that's the thing, because also now, and I'm imagining for someone like you, how tall are you?
6'5".
6'5". That's not your average height. Let's start with that. So if you see someone who's 6'5", dreads, they're tall, and you know, because you look so physically, first of all, appearance 6'5", that's like an NBA height, first of all. Intimidating and strong. That goes hand in hand with being strong. So, and I mean, not just strong physically, from appearance when somebody sees you. Like
also mentally.
Yeah, like this is the last person who'd be like going stressed or going through something like that. And even to a point where, like, you know, you're saying like suicidal attempts or actual attempts. that's not something somebody can read from you.
No.
If you walked in a room, Evie, if they were starting to pick like people who like, okay, who do you think here is like maybe processing or going through something? It's not him, first of all.
Just remove this one.
It can't be.
And why you
This,
here?
this one.
Insecurity.
Exactly. So,
Oh, what are you doing?
so that's not something. But even when you talk about things like childhood, but when you mention something like that, is it something that is there something that you went through even like in childhood?
Everything that went through, losing my grandmother, losing family members, I just never dealt with anything. I was bullied in school.
Are you the tallest kids in school?
I was.
No way. No way.
There was 1 year where there was somebody who was taller than me. But majority of my life in school, I was like the tallest person.
That's what I'm saying.
But then I was bullied.
Explain.
And this is when...
Because if we go to the staff room, by there, even if I'm the one who's bullying you, I'll be like, yo, teacher, by there, come on. This guy has just been beating me up like for the last... There's no way they'll believe it.
Now, look, that's now where this story takes a turn. It wasn't a dude who was doing this to me. It was a chick.
No way.
And she wasn't physically beating me. It was mental.
Okay.
Mental. So, like,
Get
imagine now we're like in a group.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in a group. Guys are talking, we're talking.
Yeah.
She's there, I'm there, our friends are there, whatever. Classmates. We're there. And so we're all laughing, talking, whatever. It's a good time. And then I'd say something, and then she'd be like, no one wants to hear from you.
Yeah.
Psychological, emotional fucking attack.
And
Like
especially in that age, by the way, it's very...
you're impressionable. That's when you're finding your sense of self. And from class 2, I'll tell you, my earliest memory was class 2. Now, she was the tallest girl in the class. I was the tallest guy in the class. So for the first term of class 2, we kind of just sat however we wanted. No, not even the first term, the first few weeks of the year. We sat wherever we wanted to sit, with whoever we wanted to sit with, whatever. And then the teacher was like, no, we're going to arrange you according to height. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. And it's these tables that you share, like this one.
Yeah.
Like a table like this.
Yeah.
Your chair is there, just the way we are seated. Just like that.
Yeah.
And so me and her were put together. And I remember going to turn to talk to her. Just like just be like, hi, whatever.
Yeah.
She pulls out a ruler and a pencil, draws a line
God.
down the table. And she's like, that's my side, that's your side. Don't cross that line. And during exams, if you need a rubber, you just be like, wait, give me that rubber.
Yeah.
I couldn't ask. I had to tap in front of me, like, give me a rubber.
Yeah.
Don't have mine or whatever. And that continued from class 2 all the way to Form 1 when she left.
What?
And so now I had to deal with that. So I had zero confidence. I hated my height. The way you're seeing me standing up backstage, chest out, chin up.
Yeah.
That took a lot of work. Now, again, those 6 years of building my... Not even 6 years, when I now started getting into uni.
Yeah.
And you find out mommy's like height.
Yeah. Like 6.
That gives you back your confidence. But like...
Yeah. Oh, but so now you growing up,
Growing
you're
up.
not in a space where like now people are like, even just from the word go, they're like, yo, Mazi, your height, any.
I hated standing out because every time I do something, she'd, like put me down or whatever.
God
So now...
That's an evil bitch, by the way. Okay, I'm sorry for using that language, but, doing that to someone for all those years consistently and just messing up with someone, because this is the age where you're growing, discovering yourself, knowing your strengths, pushing yourself to the limits and everything. But you see, even the way you're saying it, it's not physical, but just mental.
Which is even worse to me.
Yeah.
Because physical, you hit me, I'll heal.
Yeah.
When you mess with my psychology...
It's horrible.
It's horrible. I remember I asked her once.
Yeah.
The term was ending. We were done with Form 1, Term 2, I think. I remember I was like, I'm tired of this. So I went to her and I was like, yo. I was literally about to say her name then. But I don't want to say it. I don't want problems.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, why do you hate me so much?
Yeah.
Like, why do you hate me so much? She just laughed and walked away. Mind you, she formed a whole group.
Yeah.
Formed a whole group of girls to hate me. Just like she wanted that, misery loves company.
Yeah.
So she formed a whole group of girls just to hate me. I remember there was one person, there was this person who, Form 1, let me begin the story properly.
Yeah.
Once upon a time. In Form 1, New Year, a lot of the guys we were with in Class 8 have now come, because we went to the same school, come now to Form 1, and now there are other new students. So there's this mommy who's come, new student, nobody knows her.
Yeah.
And she sat behind me. And so I was just like, she's just sitting there, not talking to anyone. Let me talk to her, since I know most of these guys anyway.
Yeah.
So we talk. We become friends. Not long after, she now meets this bully of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know what she told her or whatever. She stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
Like kabisa. And so it wasn't until now my bully left, went to a different school, then now all these girls that were with her now started talking to me. One of them, we started calling each other our other half, because we found out we have so much in common when it comes to music and series. So like we called each other, you're my other half, that's my other half.
Yeah.
This new girl became my bestie. We were so close in school, even teachers thought we were dating. Literally in class, we're holding hands.
Yeah.
Really, really close. We were besties. Another, she calls me brother, I call her sister. And so then I'm just like, you went out of your way to do all this, to get all these people to hate me. And then the moment you left, now we're all friends.
Yeah.
And so like, to me, I don't hate her or whatever. I'm like, to me, that is you with your own unhealed issues. And I'm not angry about it, because then I wouldn't have gone on to the path. I believe everything happens for a reason. I wouldn't have gone into the path that I'm on now. So yeah, I'm very grateful for everything that I've gone through. I wear my scars as a badge of honor. And so now my whole mission is just helping people. And
Well, that's what I'm saying. It takes, I don't even know, it's not energy, but how do you become so evil at such a young age that even just mobilizing? Because these are two things that happen, like maybe, those are things maybe faced also like in offices. Because I remember me trying to be like, the canoe guy there. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to work. Hey, there was this supervisor. He was an asshole. What? But in fact, come to think of it now, when you're talking about bullying, that guy was a bully. Because I remember... Yeah, he was so bad. Because I remember, like even there's a time, now, you're the canoe guy, the salary is just a bit just to get you to like pay bills, come back to work. This guy used to make me work every single day, late, every single day.
Just you?
Day. Yeah. Literally, everyone else is going home. So it's like whatever work is remaining, John is going to take over, nini. I'll put it on my desk and then I'll just work. I remember like there's a time I worked like till 3 a.m. Next day, I'm in the office like at 7:30. And then I had it done. Yeah. Yeah, I had it next day, 7:30. And then even the 7:30, I'm so tired. So I've missed out on some other 2 changes that I was doing and nini. And I remember he was just like, how comes you haven't finished this? You haven't done this and this? So me, I'm just like those ones, like I'm being respectful because this is the supervisor. But he was such a bully. In fact, those ones like, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you.
You have to call some people out sometimes. Like,
I was like, how? And I remember like maybe 2-3 years, it was so stressful working until like maybe, and actually he also got me fired, Bado.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he still got me fired and everything.
Oh.
And it's crazy because like some few years later and stuff, now he got fired, and I remember him sending me a message like, do you know anywhere where they need like Nini? I'm like, you're the supervisor. You're the person who made me not even like step any ranks.
Cost me my job.
And first of all, like as a supervisor, I hope you made your networks and everything. Now you can be able to go to like a better place maybe because but he was such an evil person that he didn't even make connections so that in case shit goes down, you can call somebody, get another job. But thank God now, because I don't think I can even now function in offices just because of like that supervisor. Yeah, let's call it trauma. I don't want to use the word trauma, but that was trauma.
It is
That
trauma.
was
If it
fucking
changes
trauma.
you to
Yeah.
the point where you don't want anything to do with offices,
I didn't. And now you can't.
That
There
is
is
trauma.
no way. Right now you tell me, and I'm always saying, even the only problem with offices, like, I cannot work. Okay, maybe I can work with people, but I cannot work with a supervisor who's stupid. Like, and stupid, it's like he's not competent enough to tell me anything. You can see this person doesn't qualify to have this job. They're making more money, or even just work in a space where I can see this person is, and sorry to use the word dumb, but hey, there's some people here I've just been working with, and I'm like, why is this person getting paid like 5x again, and me, I'm getting, I can know.
getting much less.
Yeah, I know I'm smarter than them. So I was like, this is not the space I want to be in. And that's why, like, now once I started, and the same way you've said, at times you have to go through some things so that they can build you. Because now after I left the office 8 to 5 thing, and I started pushing myself to doing things independently, I was like,
Look at where you are now.
yeah, I'm so structured. I've figured so many different things out. And yeah, hey, when you talk about like that, I think that's the only person that I can, and this is adulthood. You can only imagine. So now I can imagine at it being a kid and still going
Going
through.
through your formative years and then being tortured mentally and emotionally.
And this is worse because you're saying, fuck, it's a chick, by the way.
Because you can't, if it's a dude, you hit me, I'm hitting you back.
Yeah. We're fighting. You see,
100%.
we're fighting.
Listen, we're squaring up. You square up, I'm squaring up. You hit me, I'm hitting you back. Self-defense, or whatever.
So
but
that-
if it's a mommy, you
you
can't.
can't.
I was never raised to be like that.
Yeah.
So like you can't just
You can't.
you can't use your physical strength to overpower.
And even I think with that, nowadays I can't, like, let's say even if it's like a fling or relationship or something, I don't like people who are like, extra. You can be like manipulative kidogo because relationships people like have like their two beefs here and there. But anytime I see someone who's trying to just fuck up with my head, because I'm always saying like the one thing about me is like, let's start with one, I'm a creative. So as a creative, the only thing I need to protect is
Your mind.
my mind. Yeah. Maybe I haven't gotten to the physical nini, tortures here and there to distract the pain. But I'm always like, I need my head to be clear. That's why I exercise. In the morning, I'm having my smoothie, nutritions. I make sure I'm getting all my vitamins and nini. So in my head, I'm always trying, like, even arguments. I know there are people who love just arguing.
For no reason.
For no reason
Just
at all.
problems. Just
It's
'cause
like,
it
yeah,
entertains
exactly. It's just I like problems. Arguing, nini, pushing buttons. I don't. I'm those people who's like, okay, let's figure this out. Can we talk about this? If we can't talk about this, everybody needs space.
Yeah.
But I can't be in a space where if it fucks up with my head, I can't do my creative stuff.
Exactly.
I can't focus on my finances and investments. So I'd rather push that away and then just keep my head clear. I'm that kind of person. I just feel a bit of pressure here. I'm like, I want to talk to you, but it's not because I hate you. Like, I can't do the toxic thing. I can't.
People who are into toxicity.
I can't.
I'm not what's wrong. Whenever I see people who are into like toxicity, I'm just like,
Yeah.
you have so much healing to do. Like you're so damaged. Like
Yeah.
like especially even like with our like relationships.
Yeah. Let's talk
We meet at that-
relationships, by the way.
We
A bit. No. We don't have to go to details.
we don't. Yeah,
But
okay,
just,
we don't go into
I
details.
can see like,
Yeah.
no, we don't have to touch on details, but, because that also is one of the things that can also push you to
affects
so many.
your mental health. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys committing suicide over
Every other
whole
day.
over whole relationships.
In
that
the
doesn't
news,
even,
people stabbing each other every other week.
you're going to go stab some jama that your mommy is like it's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, even when it comes to mambo of relationships,
Yeah.
that affects your mental health in so many ways. Like I was talking about toxicity. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah.
to figure out what it is that I was talking about. Brain fog. Yeah, toxicity. Our relationships as adults are formed from our relationships that we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
That informs us. That shapes who we are, our attachment styles, and all of that. Again, purely speaking of my own
Personal experience.
personal experience and the research that I've done. So
Yeah.
Please, professionals, don't come for me. You can give your 2 cents, but don't come for me. Yeah. So like it shapes your attachment style. So if you grow up in a chaotic household,
True.
you are then now attracted to chaos, toxicity, because it's what feels familiar.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
When you now find yourself in something that's healthy and this is like, yo, no, this makes me feel uncomfortable, and then you delude yourself into thinking, no, this is not the person that I'm supposed to be with,
Yeah.
because it's uncomfortable, it's unfamiliar to you.
Yeah.
But the person who's treating you horribly, treating you like shit, the one who's lying to you, the one who's doing that whole back and forth thing with you,
Cheating, slapping you around, doing all those things. Yeah.
This person is familiar to you. This is behavior I am familiar with.
Yeah.
And so then now you delude yourself into thinking, no, that's now where I need to be. And now that's the whole thing of healing. If
That's
you don't
normal
heal
for you. That's
it's
normal
normal
for
for you. And if you don't question, because even I question my own self when I'm in relationships. What is it?
Yeah.
When I go through something that triggers me, why am I being triggered because of this?
Yeah.
So you need to heal your inner wounds, your inner child from the things that you experience, because then that affects your attachment styles as adults, and then that's now how you end up in horrible situations. People going back and forth. Those are the
Yeah. But hey, listen. I have to ask, how bad was that breakup? Because there's that breakup you mentioned, and you said like you even had to heal. How bad was that?
It was
Someone
bad.
you loved for a long time?
Yeah, we were together almost 2 years. It was that on top of now everything else that I was dealing with. I'd never healed anything, and then now,
And then the breakup now.
like when you're mugging imagine into a cup, and then it just now starts overflowing. Now that one was the one that made now the cup overflow,
Yeah.
or whatever. But because I hadn't healed all of this, I ended up treating this person not the very best.
Oh,
and I'm not
okay.
proud of that.
Oh, you
anyway,
are you the one who was bad?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, yes, you know what?
Because you can, you can, you can, because you can tell if I'm the one who fucked up here by then.
No, I was the one who fucked up. I was literally the one who fucked up, and this was like one of the sweetest
people,
human beings ever.
Yeah.
And so then that was one of the things that I wanted to change about myself, is I need to heal these things so that whatever relationship I end up in again, I will never be that person again.
Yeah.
Which is why I said everything I've gone through, I'm grateful for it, because it's turned me into the man that I am now. Now, I don't abide anything. Lying, cheating, going to see exes, I don't abide any of that. My own boundaries. And I also reciprocate the same.
Yeah.
Because if I revert to that, then now what was the point of all these 6 years of healing?
Yeah.
Now you're reverting back. And so I made a vow to myself, a vow I keep to this day. Whoever I end up with in a relationship, I will give you the very best version of me. Like this past relationship that I had. This person, I can genuinely tell you, you can ask me my friends or whatever.
Yeah.
This person got the very best version of me as a boyfriend that any of my exes got. Any of my exes got. And it's because I did the hard work.
Wait, but are you still in a relationship?
No, single as fuck.
So what happened now?
Single as
What happened if they
fuck.
got the best version of you?
People are going to do what they want to do. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to go into details about it.
Yeah, but you didn't mess up on this one.
Nope.
Oh, it wasn't
Gave it
you.
my very best. Even when I'd go out and mummies would approach me, I'd be like, keep a distance.
Yeah.
I have literally no interest. I'm happy and fulfilled. So, like, keep.
Yeah, I may have my girlfriend and I'm happy.
Even if she wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh, you'd just be...
Just me with, like, my sisters or my cousins. And we go out, my friends, and we go out. And whoever comes and approaches me, because I don't approach people.
Yeah.
So when people...
Your height will just bring them, first of all. Yeah,
brings them.
just bring them. So
it brings them. Side note, people always think... I can genuinely tell you, the people who dated, I have no idea how I got to them. Because honestly, I don't consider myself as somebody who has a game.
Yeah.
I don't know how I do this, but anyway. So yeah, even when I'm out,
tall guys can just chill somewhere in a corner and just be like, chicks are always like, hey.
and the way you walk into, I've been called intimidating a lot. I've been called intimidating. And one of those reasons is because my resting face. You know the way mummies have resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Mine is resting rage face. Because of all that shit I buried inside, it turned into. I like to describe it like kumbuka plasticine.
Yeah.
You remember it had the different colors.
Yeah.
So when most people go to therapy when they have issues, they go.
Yeah.
They peel a layer at a time, until you get to the core. And then you solve this issue, and then now you feel better. Mine, because I barely even remember anything of what it is that I bury it and forget it. All of it just is like now that plasticine, yellow, green, red, blue.
Yeah.
And you do like this, all of it like this, and then you just have like just one giant ball.
Like a cocktail there.
Like a cocktail, and then being told, separate that now.
Yeah.
Put it back to its original colors.
Got you.
And so all of that just turned into this ball of rage. I'm constantly angry all the time, literally all the time. I just learned how to control it and use it to fuel me for other things. And so sometimes it'll seep out without me knowing.
Oh,
so if you just watch me, if I'm not doing like anything or just chilling,
it's like, hey,
my face is like this. My face is like this. I remember walking uni, people, like I'd have people stop me and like, wait, who are you going to go fight? What do you mean fight?
Like,
I'm going to Cafe Latte to get ice cream. What do you mean? Man, this ice cream, I'm going for ice cream.
Actually going to go get ice cream, you look like you're going to
even
fight
the
someone.
way I walk it influences the way that I walk. And so, people find me intimidating or whatever.
Yeah.
But as to what we were talking about,
Now, can I even touch on, like, maybe you can touch on the therapy part. Like, how does it help? Because, like I told you, like, for me, I've never done, like, therapy. Yesterday, I was telling my assistant, editor, like, yo, you guys, I'm booking sessions for you guys so that we have this experience. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Because it's just those things that I would want to relate more to people. When I'm talking about something, it's like, okay, let me just see how it is. And then when I'm coming to talk to people, I have like also like input.
You have your insight.
Yeah, because if I haven't been to one and somebody's trying to explain to me like, okay, can help in this way, make you like dig into this, makes you, just probably, I don't know, because like I'm just assuming if I'm already like at a space where I can control a lot of things, and maybe it can make me a better person or like, deal with other things in a better way. I mean, see, that's self-improvement. We all want that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why not? And most people that I even follow online, some have mentioned like, they've done therapy here and there. And they were saying like, it's not that you have to be like going through something. You can just go experience it and understand how it works, or maybe there's something that maybe in you that you need to tap into.
Because, when it comes to people now who feel that they're okay, they're like, no, I don't need therapy.
Yeah.
Therapy isn't just for, going to therapist isn't just for if you're going through things.
Yeah.
Therapy is maintenance. It's literally just maintenance.
Yeah. Like servicing your car, kind of.
Exactly. If you're going, if you're not going through something, if you feel like you're good, therapy, you go talk about those things that are good.
Yeah.
Or whatever. What therapy will teach you is it'll give you the tools to be able to deal with the things that come. You may be good now, but life is funny. Life can decide.
Life throws curveballs, yo.
I just want to chapa you a nice coffee.
That's true.
What therapy will teach you, what it will give you is the tools to be able to now handle this when they come.
Yeah.
And
Makes
so
sense.
like, if you're okay, just go to therapy. It'll give you the tools that you need to be able to handle whatever's coming. I like I don't know if this is an apt description or analogy. It's like you built this foundation, and the levels of issues are like rising, and they're rising, and like they're about to like fika, like the top of your foundation about to fika you where you are. If you don't have the tools necessary, at some point you're just going to end up drowning.
Yeah.
What those tools are is like, now here is this flood rising, my foundation is about to go. These tools are my boat. This is my lifeboat here.
Yeah.
So then you get onto the boat and no matter how high the flood comes,
still good.
you're still good. You're still staying above water. That's what now therapy is. For the people that do need therapy, however, in my case, for example, therapy was one, scary. My first session was hella scary. But I had she was a psychologist in uni.
Yeah.
And we had similar interests, like in movies and series. So we'd start out the conversation of like talking about like, oh, you watched this? Have you watched that? Oh, that episode was good. Recommendations, whatever. Break the ice. Feel a little bit more comfortable or whatever. So then that made me feel at ease. And so I started talking. But like I said, I don't remember the things that I buried. All I know is I have this thing.
Something, they are buried,
It's buried.
That plasticine we've talked about.
That plasticine. I have no idea what it is that I've buried. It's just there.
Yeah.
And so we talked, and she's like, okay, we don't need... if you feel like that's with you, whatever, then I'll teach you the tools to be able to cope with it. And she did. And she told me, journal. Now, that's there. We don't want to now add onto this. We don't want to add onto this. I'm going to teach you the tools necessary to be able to now deal with whatever else comes. And so now I journal. I check in with myself. In a couple of weeks, I'm going on a solo trip just by myself to do some mental health check-in with myself. And then just surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most important and underrated things. Like, I always tell people at times, like, even when you see me avoiding some people, it's like, because, bro, at times it's good to just feed your mind with also, like, just good conversations. You can't just, because let's say if you're my friend and let's say you're in a relationship, right? And this is, like, also very common, like, at times, and your friend counts is like, by the my partner is like this, I'm so stressed out and nini. Okay, so now the first day you tell me, and then we're cool. Maybe the next week, you tell me the same story. By the time we get to the fourth week, I'm angry at someone that I don't even know, because I'm like, why would you want somebody to treat you like this?
Yep.
And then, you keep telling me this. So you have to understand, like, even for me now, it's getting to me. Because, like, okay, they cheated, they beat you up, they did this, or stole money from you. It's just one of those.
You can't understand why you keep putting yourself.
Yeah, so exactly. So I'm always that kind of person who's like, bro, listen, like, I can't keep listening to this, because it's either you do something about it, or by the please don't tell me about it, because now you're getting abused, and now I'm feeling like I'm also getting abused.
You're putting those feelings onto me.
Yeah, I'm now stressed on your behalf. So I'm like, you know what, you need to handle it. Or rather, like, after you tell me a couple of times, I can't digest it anymore.
Yeah.
Because now I'm in a space where, like, you can only imagine. It's like I'm having a threesome with you guys. So why am I being involved in this
You're
whole...
not involved in the fucking relationship. Why are you adding me?
Yeah, so now every time something goes wrong, you tell me I'm upset or I get angry. And even if I try and advise, you still, like we say, like, that's maybe something that you already can relate to. That's what you think is normal. So it kind of stresses me, and those are just the things that at times I have to just stay away from, that bad energy. It's unfortunate, but the people who go through that, and at times they know, like, I'm avoiding them, it's because I can't honestly
protect your peace.
I can't,
well.
Because I'm already trying to take care of myself and people who are depending on me, so I can't start losing it at the expense of you guys. Like, maybe it's entertainment to you guys. It's like foreplay to you guys. You're fighting today, deceiving each other, and then after that, now you just go and smash, and then you're good.
Going back and forth. Like, that to me is the definition of an unhealthy relationship.
Horrible.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That love and relationship should never be like that. It should never be where you break up, go back together, break up.
It doesn't have to be like that.
Mind you, during this whole period that you're not together, you're dating other people.
Yeah.
Knowing full well you are going to go back to that person.
Yes.
So now you're not only putting your trauma on yourself, you're now passing that on to now innocent people who genuinely believe that you're here to stay.
Yeah.
But you're not.
Yeah.
And it's sad. But I get you need to protect your peace. And for me, even with like the people who call me and ask me for help, and want some advice or just listen, I also have to now take into consideration. I have to put a barrier. I leave enough room for them, but I also put a barrier between now my peace and whatever is going on, so that I don't take on their issues and onto mine, or whatever. And so I have to be very conscious of that and check in with myself. But you have to also protect your peace.
Yeah.
But some people just need someone to talk to. They don't even need advice. Some people just need
talk.
to vent.
It's just talk, yeah.
They just need to vent, which is why, like, when I tell people, if people are coming through to you with issues, or whatever, some people don't even need advice or whatever. They just need somebody to vent to. You just need to get it out. I just literally need to get all of this out.
Yeah.
And then, like, after adjusting, you feel better? Yeah, I feel better. And if you feel like you can't help them,
but even with,
I
want to ask something but even with that now, let's say you being like just an advocate, right? And even people reaching out to you, because I've told you like about my own personal like experience. Can I add you to this conversation, by the way? We're talking, I know you don't have to be on camera, but I'll just ask you, right? Because he's talked about like, depression, anxiety, and so many things that people just go through in general and how they handle them. But you, in your case, like when you're just too stressed out, kabsa, like in your head, you feel like you're clogged and nini. Like, how do you handle like just stress? What do you normally do to ease out the stress? Just,
Hey, that's my way.
What we do, I'd say my best friend. She's my therapist. I just talk to her. Then we just go drink. She just listen to me. I cry to her. Basically, then.
Moderately drinking.
Moderately, no. Going all out.
Going all out. Although you won't necessarily find... it's fun to go out and drink and forget your issues, but you won't find your answers at the bottom of a bottle.
Yeah,
is what
but
I'd say.
Drinking is just like forgetting. But when I talk to her, we just find
It's
solutions.
just for the
like
ambience.
It's
just for like the ambience of you and her just hanging out.
like just talking,
okay.
we just find solutions.
Okay,
Because I believe
okay.
like there's no problem without a solution. So when I just talk to her, we find like the solutions. Atakama, like not all the solutions, but partly.
It helps,
like,
and that's good that you have somebody who's there for you. That's so important that you have support, whether it be a certain friend or whatever. I was lucky enough to have friends. I'm lucky enough to have family who are very, very, very supportive of all of this, and I'm not ashamed of me coming and talking about my own issues, because some parents can be just like, "Nah, why are you going to go to a Siri over there? Surely, are you going to go say these things? You people are watching you." No, my parents are not like that. Very, very supportive. So it's very important. I'm very, very happy for you that you have somebody who's like that for you. And I think it's very important, and I hope everyone out there has a person like that. So yeah, that's cool.
Another question. This one is like deep kidogo, so don't get too nini, because we have to ask, and we're just asking because different people go through different things, and because now he's founder of, like, should I say, is it an organization or movement, or what do we call it?
For now, it's a brand. The goal is to eventually turn it into an organization.
Okay, so
What
it's
are you
called
about that?
Suicide Attempt. What's that? It's like, oh yeah. Okay, hold on. You're not on camera, but like just your contribution, because I was telling him, like me, I've always gotten into pressure and everything, and I was explaining to Mimi, I was like, hey, me, I love women. So now imagine if I take myself out, I won't get to be hanging out with them, going on dates, or whatever, flings and stuff. I'll be like, next. I'll be like, all the other two things that I like have always made me like, no, I wouldn't want to. But like, okay, just tell us your bit.
On suicide?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've ever tried. Like, there are cuts on my arms. Yeah, I have.
Twins.
Yeah. I've ever tried. It's not something, because most of the time, if I even didn't know, like my best friend, she didn't know like I was going through that. So there's this, now one time we were hanging out, because I usually used to wear long sleeve like things, jackets that cover like my hands completely. So there's this one time, like I went, slept over at her place, now I have to shower and stuff. So now when I came out, she looked at me, she's like, what are those on your arms? Nico, like, hi, please, and then the sister was also there. No, I wasn't comfortable with her being there like that. So now that's why I actually lived with them, because I usually, now this is a whole as different why I used to cut myself, but hey, it's something that I've tried and it's not particularly nice. Like my head being there, hey, it's not nice.
It's a whole.
Yeah. You have a question?
No.
I want to contribute to that conversation. Because, like, for me, honestly, I was telling him, like, me, if you tell me cut myself, pinch me, that's why even, like, when the other John was talking about, like, pain and everything, him is saying, like, pain can distract you from, like, maybe emotional, like, pain and stuff. But, like, your connection with pain, when you're doing that, you're feeling the pain, does it make you feel better, or when you're doing that, you're actually trying to end it completely?
Yeah, like what is cutting for you?
What does it do for you?
I wasn't completely trying to end my life for something. It's just that the pain, I don't know, it felt like kind of nice. Imagine, like the pain is soothing.
Yeah.
What the hell is wrong? What the hell is wrong with you people? Are you telling me, like, I'm the only one who's not into pain? Because, like, Joan came in and she was describing, you see the passion in her face when she's saying, like, about the pain. Even for you, like, okay, because me, I know it's painful. That's why I wouldn't do it. So I just don't understand how.
Like, when you cut, it releases endorphins, which are feel-good hormones. So then.
It was actually something, I won't lie. I walked with razors in my handbag. Imagine. And the funny thing is, Eva didn't know, like, no one knew, because I was so good at hiding it. I did burning myself, like, with cigarettes at the club. People thought it was, like, fun, and me just...
Yo, you're twins here. You guys are twins.
I also used to burn as well. Used to brand myself with chuma.
I also have a chuma here, actually. Like a canine.
And you see, we are talking about people you guys have never met, right?
No.
But you see, like, I even see the connection already when you're talking, and then he's like, me too. And me, I'm here just like, no, I can't.
No, that's why I talk about my own experience, because now you see people.
But now you start relating to even
relating, and people are like, oh my God, there's somebody who understands.
He's gone through that as well.
Because I've been through it. Oh my God, he understands everything I've been through. I may not understand the circumstances. Everyone's circumstances are different. Everyone's circumstances are different. I may not know how to help you. I may not know what to say.
Yeah.
But I know the feelings that are brought about because of it. That sadness, that feeling alone, that depression, that anxiety. That I've been through. That I can relate to. That I can help you with. I may not be able to know to help you with the circumstances.
Yeah.
But if you just need someone to talk to who understands and will not judge you. I'm not going to judge you when I have my own scars.
Yeah.
On my own. So that's why I talk to relate, to get people to relate.
So now another question also, like last one. I don't want to be in your business, Anna, but, at least it's good. It's just good to know that, this is not like a whole strange or weird thing. It's just interesting for me, people to come and contribute to these stories. So now for him, his case is talked about, like, also like his healing journey and just how he's managed to deal with so many different things. But the most important thing that I mentioned yesterday was...
That you mentioned yesterday?
Therapy. Oh. So now, hold on. The question is coming in, So, because he's talked about, like, how therapy is very important and it has helped him, like, to process all these different things, and now he's in a better place. So why do you feel... Okay, like, in fact, I'll just make it simple. Why would you avoid, or why are you avoiding a therapy session?
I don't... It's just that I don't like people seeing me vulnerable and stuff, like weak. Sure. That just... At me going to tell someone my business, why am I telling you my business? Me don't want to be helped. Me see, I'm fine. honestly,
And
me.
you can't help people who don't want to be helped. You cannot help anyone who doesn't want to be helped. And that's the
Me
problem.
kwanza people seeing me vulnerable. That's, I guess, you to know. People seeing me vulnerable.
Shame.
But do you think like, because you'd also like, if you can relate to like some of the things, like, even like the cuts, the burns and stuff, don't you think maybe at some point you will need to talk to maybe a professional just to see, I understand the vulnerable part, Nini, you don't want to, but do you think it's something that you'll ever be comfortable or even just try out? Because first of all, the therapist who was here, I was like, hey, I'm ready to book sessions for both editor and assistant.
Mm-hmm.
They come and just do one session, and then we can talk about it on the podcast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what do you think? Is it something that helped you out and stuff? But do you think at some point you will need to just, or even just attempt to go and see whether it can change anything for you? Ama, you've said like, no means no, and I'm not doing therapy at all.
No.
Uh-huh.
No, it doesn't mean no. See, I told you like the way you booked sessions for us. Yeah. So it's something that I want to try out because I think like it's anger. I have anger inside me. And now talking to Eva, she also has anger. So it's not helping.
Yep.
Now even him is talking about anger. By the time I'm like, yo,
Yep.
are you guys just connecting with all these things? Baka, you don't know each other. But everything that he's talked about by the way, when you talk, that's why you see his facial expressions like anger, rage, and all those things. But now, maybe last question. I know I keep just throwing them at you, but it's because he can relate to this, and also for you, you also kind of understand. For me, I'm just processing it. Where do you think your anger is coming from? You can share like bits of what you want to, but you don't have to tell like, like all your business. You're like, hey, John, I'm just here to assist you, kidogo, and then here you're already like just putting me up
Now
on the
you're putting
grill.
me
Just
on
imagine on
blast.
blast with everything. But where do you think this anger really comes? Because like even for me, if you've noticed, have you ever seen or heard me being angry? Or any like me spazzing out, insulting, Nini? Yeah, so where do you think your anger is coming from though?
My dad. I'm so angry at him. I'm so mad at him. And he doesn't know. The funny thing is he doesn't know about it, but I'm so mad at him.
Is that something that you want to share as to why? Or no pressure?
Let's just say after, because my mom died when I was like 15. So after that, my mom was the breadwinner. Like she used to do most of the things. So sir, you see, when she died, he's already used to being taken care of. So he was just relaxing. Mbaka we went to like, we were sent, me and my small sister, to Shags because he's not even providing. We got kicked out of our house and stuff. It's just so many things. So him relaxing, like not stepping up as a man. No, Nico, like, what's wrong with you? Why you not doing like what other men are doing? Because he's just relaxing. So most of my anger, it's just.
So do you think at times, and I'll let you contribute to that because you have like, a lot of peer experience, personal experience with just how you've dealt with things.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think now, like just even that anger now at times affects other things that you're doing, or even innocent people who don't deserve your anger, you take your anger out on them?
So much. Us fighting in clubs and everything. You just
no
think
reason.
I just think of my dad. I beat up that person.
And all somebody is doing is just saying hi. All of a sudden,
I'm like, you see, when you're in the club, someone they don't even intend to. They just step on you.
Yeah.
Uko like, where? You
Potter
just
Square.
beat up the person.
right now, outside, right now.
So I mean, I just wanted you to just do a small contribution to the conversation, and of course, not invading your space, but even of course, you just being able, just you sharing, and also like even for him to be able to connect with just things randomly that you talk about, and then it's like even me, and I'm just like, you know what? It's anybody who is open to sharing. I think also that's also like just, I think it's called like starting like a process of healing, kind of.
Just taking the steps.
And admitting like, okay, I know this is the problem. Like the way she said, like, I know where it's coming from. So I mean, I don't know how to fix that because, of course, I'm not an expert. But, of course, I'm sure, like, you'll figure out some way when you're ready. No
Yeah, try
pressure.
that.
When you're ready,
You
just
said
take
you
your
wanted to
time.
try that therapy session. Try it. And this is my advice for you, having had my own first therapy experience. I know how intimidating and scary it can be. Try your level best to be open. Literally just let it all out, because these are people who are trained to help you figure all of these things out. If you can allow yourself to go to a vulnerable place, you will be astounded by the effects of that. So just go in there with like an open mind. Just go in there with like an open mind.
And I'm paying for the sessions anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, so just try if it, and then maybe we can have a discussion, because even for him, I've told him, like, if he's willing to just come even once a month, and we can just mental health like conversation, because I think a lot of people are also going through, like, even the same way you said, like, even my friend is going through it, and just having that discussion, you don't know, you be the one person who's making other people like reevaluate how they're approaching like their problems, stress levels, even without expertise, but you just sharing your story and stuff. You'd never know. You're impacting people peer out there. That's the reason why he reached out to me, because he maybe saw an episode and stuff. Because of course, Pierre, like, Joan with pain, of course, a lot of people connected with that. So shout outs to John. And I think, so you just never know, but if you can try it out and we can have like a follow-up conversation, even maybe the next time when he's coming, we can actually just now talk about it in a group collection and see how it can, we just never know. So that's fair enough.
Can I give you a hug? I usually ask people, like, after they talk to me, whether I can give them a hug. Can I give you a hug?
I pass. You can pass through here.
Usually ask. Okay, there we go.
So yeah, even though we haven't finished the episode, I think just people having like that connection means a lot. And people who are going through some similar things, you can only see how it makes a big difference. And we're still going to finish the episode anyway. So let them just have like that moment, because they're sharing things that they can connect to. And I respect that a lot. So, and I think we're almost like getting to like almost winding up, because I can see we've hit like 1 hour. So, and I respect like that. You guys, like, even just that car moment that you guys can connect and relate to, that's powerful.
It's hella powerful.
That's what the podcast is all about, though.
It really is. Yeah, helping people is, you said we're about an hour.
We've already hit an hour. Imagine.
I don't know what time you want to end, so I don't know if I should.
No. If there's something you want to add up, you can just add up. We can do like another 10, 15 minutes.
No, I just wanted to add, speak now about the brand itself. So ultimate goal of the brand is, I'm opening a Insta page where guys can order whatever merch or whatever can order, and the purpose of this is to be able to take a portion of the profits and donate them to mental health services. So when you wear suicide attempt, everywhere you go, we're all helping one another destigmatize mental health in Kenya, and hopefully we can get guys to feel comfortable enough to speak and seek the help that they need. And that's just something I needed to say before we continue the conversation for the next 10, 15 minutes, as you said.
Yeah, and then now also like something, of course I have to ask, like, you've said, like, what does hugging do for you? Like, when, let's say, you think when you've had that connection with someone and stuff.
So, like, for me, again, like I'd mentioned, going through all of that, you feel alone. You feel very, very, very alone. Yeah. And so because I know how that feels, to me, a hug is a nice way of letting someone know I have you back.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. You're not alone. I'm actually known for my hugs. The way you're known for your kissing.
Yeah.
Pause.
Pause.
I'm known for my hugs. I give really, really good hugs. A hug is an embrace. Don't give me that bullshit one-sided hug.
Okay, 1 minute before you go.
Don't give me that one-sided hug. I hate those nonsense. You know those ones for like, hi.
I hate those church hugs. Like,
Don't
get out of
give
here with
me-
that nonsense.
Don't give me a one-sided hug. I don't. A hug to me is an embrace. You embrace someone. Not an embrace. You're embracing them. And you don't just do a quick one like that.
Yeah.
I never give like 1 second hugs. Hold it for like a nice good 5 seconds. Just, hi, how are you? And then...
Now, I'll say my contribution to, and that, I respect that as well, because, like, you know, it's some of the smallest things. It doesn't cost you to give someone a hug. Somebody could be going through, like, a rough day, but a hug and somebody
could
just
change
release
everything.
Yeah.
Some people will end up breaking out into tears in your arms.
Just because of that.
Just because of a hug.
You
And
just
it's so
held.
powerful.
Why are you holding the tears? You can just,
No.
I put you on TikTok crying. Because I like, no. So now, like, I think the only, and of course, because when we're talking about pain, and that's like now when I was in Paris, I bought like the BDSM stuff, whips and stuff. Those were not for me. It's because like chicks are all just talking about like, I want pain.
Now that's my ish there.
Okay. Now
Ask
that
Joanne. Next time you speak to Joanne, ask her.
Oh yeah. Okay, now here's the thing. We'll do another episode, of course, and then we can follow up like on that and so many other things. Because me, I bought them because I'm like, okay, now I can't just be here. Me, as long as it's professional tools that have been bought, and this is what you girls are into, you want me to nini, it's in a safe way. And there has to be like verbal confirmation properly.
Consent.
It's like, okay, this is what you're into. So when I put those cuffs on you and this cane comes out, you just make sure you have that safe word so that I know when I'm supposed to.
What?
Imagine. Because that's also something that I've noticed like a lot of people now are into. And I think that pain thing that you guys are talking about gives them like a relief.
Yeah, it does. It when it comes to now that
The
when it comes
BDSM
to
stuff.
the BDSM stuff, because me and Joanne like vibe on that a lot. Like we relate on that level a lot.
Yeah.
Not necessarily on the pain thing. That one is like if you're into it, then
Well and good.
well and good, no problem. I'm
Yeah.
more than happy to oblige. But like when it comes to now this self-harm for me it takes me away from my emotional pain. Because like physical pain,
Yeah.
in any physical pain you've ever experienced, you stub your toe, that's for a bit,
Yeah.
and then it disappears.
It's a kind of adrenaline maybe that kicks in.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're just like, oi,
yeah.
oi,
Yeah.
oi, hold, and then it disappears.
Yeah.
Emotional pain is not like that. Emotional pain, you have no idea when it's going to end.
It can
could
stay
take
and
you
it's-
days, weeks, months,
Years.
hell, even years. Like there's people living with chronic depression.
Yeah.
Like depression is the worst place to find yourself. Like there's people dealing with chronic depression, and it's a constant battle, which is what I'm telling you, even if you're okay,
Yeah.
therapy is just maintenance. It's literally just maintenance to teach you what you need to know so that when these things now come,
Happen.
you now are able to,
Yeah. To process it in a whole
you have the tools necessary to be able to disassemble it and process it and do what's necessary for you so that you don't end up drowning in it. So my advice is just try a therapy session. You never know. You really never know.
Yeah.
And these people have way more insight. Again, advocate, not professional.
Yeah. Yeah.
In as much as people will talk to me or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I make it clear to them that I may not know how to help them, but if you do need help, I can direct you to people who are more than qualified to help you deal with all of that. But if what you just need is somebody to talk to, somebody that can listen and relate and not judge you, I'm your guy.
That's
Call me.
proper.
Anytime, yeah, you just call me and I'll listen and help you however I can.
So now I'm just suggesting, right? You're afraid of the therapy. Let's say before you decide to go for it, maybe, and this is just maybe. So you just try then the BDSM shit because now you'll be having fun, and you're paying, but in a more pleasurable, controlled environment. Maybe try that. And then choose that and therapy and see actually try, and then we have a conversation. It's like, hey, yeah, this one worked better.
And you have a conversation with the person beforehand. You don't just go into it. You have a conversation beforehand. You agree on the things that they're okay with, that they're not okay with, what you're okay with, what you're not okay with. You have that conversation. You have that agreement. Come up with a safe word. Just exactly as John was saying.
Yeah.
You come up with a safe word, and then now you indulge yourself in that.
Because I'm guessing instead of like burning yourself, if it's like during a session there, it might be like a whole different experience.
And there's the burning of the candles, as John was saying. There's also the 2 candles, the wax.
You hear that?
Burning and everything.
So I know that we'll save that for like the next episode. But like just your contribution, at least I think bouncing this off between the two of you, that has been interesting. So thank you.
You are loved.
Let me let you go rest as we wind this up.
A lot stronger than you know.
Thank you.
So now, guys, okay, unfortunately, we've already hit like the 1 hour, 15 minutes mark. And I really do appreciate you, like, just even reaching out. Because you see, like, how this conversation, you start talking about something, and then there's already somebody who can relate to. Every single thing that you've talked about, especially when on the pain part, like even when I'm just asking, like, you're not even... And her, she's like, yeah.
She understands.
That's something that I've done.
Which is exactly why I do this. Trying to build my profile as a mental health advocate, public speaker. Yeah. The whole purpose of it is I don't want people to feel alone. I really don't want anyone to feel alone. I know what it is like to feel alone. I don't want you to. So if you out there listening to my story, or you know someone who is going through something, and you can relate to it, the whole purpose of all of this is just to let you know that you are not alone. There's plenty of people out there that understand it, even though they don't speak about it. Yeah. I have no shame. I put that aside a long time ago. Ego, whatever, put that aside a long time ago, because it's easier to... If no one speaks about it, how else are we ever going to destigmatize mental health? It needs to become a normal conversation. And so that's the purpose of the brand. So when you buy, I will tell you people when the shop is up. I will let you guys know. But when you buy the merch and you wear it, people are curious. We as human beings are just curious beings. Yeah. Even me when I wear now, like mine with my hoodie with like the brand, people are always like, what's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
what's that? She said, what? What's that? And then I'm like, you know what? Now that you've asked, let me tell you about it.
Let's talk about it now.
Let me tell you about it. So as you wear it and you go out there and people ask you about it, you can spread that message. They'll buy and they'll wear it and people ask them and so on and so forth until we get to a point where talking about mental health is not taboo. Yeah. And we can live in a less judgmental society where the people who are going through things are not afraid to ask for the help that they need. And so that's very, very important. And so now since we've reached maximum, let me just say a quick thank you. Yeah. My guy, thank you very much for having me. Truly appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Truly appreciate it. Thanks. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity. Your platform, as amazing as it is, with your 20K followers on Insta, I hope every one of them can take what we've discussed and be able to, we can get on that journey of helping others. But I'm so very, very grateful. Genuinely, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. And even you just reaching out, because I remember it was such a random message. It just came in and I was like, you know what? Anybody who's ready to even just share and talk about this, I will never take it for granted because they will connect to people. And like right now, there's so much pressure around so many different things, career, relationships.
And we didn't even touch on any of that. So that's for the next one.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to that. But you see, all these things will contribute to how you can be able to manage yourself. Like the way you said, like life throwing you curveballs when you least expect it. Loss of even I had Barack, and he was even talking, because we're just talking, and then he just casually said my bro just passed the other day, and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, my bro just passed. And then I'm just like, so how are you processing it and stuff? It's just like, I'm just taking it day by day. So and you can only imagine for somebody to even just be able to just come and talk about it like that. And he was even saying like how they used to argue, and now he has more compassion when people are going through because he couldn't connect with people then. When somebody said like they've lost someone, he's just said that he felt bad because back then it's not something he could connect to or relate to. So
he wouldn't. Through it.
Yeah, now he's going through it. He has more compassion.
It.
He can talk to someone and even help them like just process. And I was like, hey, bro, by the way, that's kind of deep because it changes. And
the reason that saying experience is the best teacher.
Yeah. And even you being able to process that and still come talk about it and still go on with work and your day-to-day activities, it's not easy because that's something that can make people like just go off the rails immediately because this is your bro. You've grown up with like your bro. And then, but, let's save that discussion for like,
we have so much, but
there's so much
more mental health we can talk about.
So if you're down, let's do a once a month thing and, we can see how we can push it, right?
Anytime. I'm down for that.
Anything else you want to plug to the podcast before we just, wrap it up?
Yeah, just Mambo socials. I'm sure he'll put them somewhere.
Yeah, put your handles, but just say them so that people can know.
Instagram is. I don't know my Instagram. _Ken.M.K_. When you go there, when now the Insta page is up, I will put it in my profile, and you can go there, and then I'll see if you can.
Why don't you have a suicide attempt page? I think you should do that.
All of that is being built.
Okay.
As we speak.
Okay, it's in the works, eh?
It is all in the works. It is all being built. I'm very grateful. I just want to say now to the people that are going through things, you're not alone. You are loved. You are special. And you are a lot stronger than you know. You're not alone. So don't be ashamed. I know shame can be I've dealt with it. Believe me. I know. Believe me, I know. But it's nothing to be ashamed of because think of where you will be on the other side of it. So, thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Nice. So, till next time, guys. Till next time.
See you guys next time.
The Kisscapades podcast is your gateway to holistic growth and personal transformation. Together, we'll unlock the secrets to living a life of health, wealth, love, and happiness. So, make sure to tune in every week and join us as we explore the essence of what it means to truly thrive. And lastly, show us some love and support in our social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, basically all the social media platforms that support podcasting will definitely be there. Even with the short clips and reels, you can find us there. And lastly, don't be shy with feedback, suggestions, or any questions that you might have in regards to the episodes or our podcast. It's the Kisscapades podcast. Goodbye.